Hey y'all, it's Lauren, and I have a confession. I have over 100 unread books on my bookshelf. I know. How is it that I have that bookshelf and there are that many unread books on there? I don't know what to do about it outside of obviously reading them, but they're all different genres, and some genres have to call and speak to me. Most of them are romance, but I'm kind of in a romance rut right now. So I think it's time to switch genres and see what this means. I'm definitely going to be reading books that are on my physical shelf that I have physically in the house. And I need y'all to hold me accountable. Hold my hand, please. Because I need the accountability, because these books are not going to read themselves. They're just not. So I'm going to put up a challenge to read only my physical copies for the rest of the year. And I think I want that goal to be at least 20 books by the end of the year that I have read that are on my physical shelf only. And I will only get the audiobook if it is on Libby, Hoopla. I won't buy it. So, and even if it doesn't have the audiobook, I just need to hold myself accountable and read that. Just read them. So, I've got a couple of books that have been on my bookshelf for probably well over a year, and just help me choose the 20 that we're going to read by the end of the year. And we're going to hold ourselves accountable to that number. So let's go and pick the 20 books that we'll be reading off the shelf. So we are at the bookshelves, and I already know four books that I'm going to read. One of them is a buddy read, one of them was recommended to me, and one I'm just extremely interested in. And the fourth one has been on my mind since it came out, and I've just been kind of being lackadaisical when it comes to that particular book. So let me show you those four. So these four that I've already picked out are actually this nice little stack right here. So we're gonna first read, and I know I said I was tired of romance, but I mean, I could never be tired of Kennedy Ryan, okay? So we have Score on top, A House with Good Bones, the Slasher Summer, and Black Sun. So Black Sun is the buddy read. Slasher Summer is recommended, and A House with Good Bones was something I was extremely interested in, and Score because I've been interested in since it came out. So those are my four. We have about 16 more to pick out, so let's do that. Okay, so I've been thinking about going indie on seeing what's on my shelf that is indie that I physically have, and I've had 101 Days by Jasmine Cartwright for a year and some change. I won this as a giveaway, so I think it's kind of time to get into that. And I know it's a romance, but I think with the three other genres that I have, that should be a good breakup. So I think we're gonna make this 15 to go. Oh, yes. I have not read all of S.A. Cosby's books yet, so I'm going to include My Darkest Prayer, which I have right here, and Blacktop Wasteland. I'm going to include these two in my reads for my physical copies. That is 6 and 7. Um, let's see. I have I accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend, but I don't know if this is book one or if this is Like, I just don't know if this is the first book, and if it's not the first book, I don't want to read it. And I know that I'm pretty sure they could be read out of order, but I'm not sure. Slide that back. Um, I have been trying to read Parable of the Sower for so long. It was like one of the first books that I received. Um, and I've been trying to read it for so long, but I don't think that I can right now. Um, it's just not calling to me. And while I was trying to read it, it was like I'm looking at it now. I'm like I'm a third of the way through this book. I should probably read it. I actually have like maybe 150 pages left to read. I should just read this. I have like 200 pages left. I should just read it, but I would have to start over. I do remember I do remember part of it, but I'm gonna just sit back on this one. I'm gonna come back to this one. I do have some books down here, and I think I'm gonna read The Girl Who Plays Dead by Joelle Wellington. Yes, I think I'm gonna do this one. This was her third book that came out, so I think this is gonna be part of the series. So this makes book 8. Oh, you know what? I also have Monday's Not Coming. This will make book 9. I'm definitely gonna read that. In a I've been thinking about Tiffany D. Jackson, so this is definitely one of those I'm going to get into. Um, let's see. What else do we have? Oh, she's staring me in the face. Internal Ruin. Y'all, I reread this book. I reread the first book at the end of last year, and I was like, oh my god, I can't wait until the second book comes out. Don't ask me why I haven't read it yet, but we're gonna read this. So this makes book 10. We're already halfway there. Mm, I like this. I like shopping on my bookshelf because this just seems like a lot of fun. It's like, girl, why didn't you read these? So I think for the next like 10 books, I'm gonna read like the first sentence and see how we like it. See if it's gonna catch the vibe. I do have Flirting Lessons by Jasmine Guillory, and I'm like trying to make sure that I have a nice eclectic taste of genres on here. Um, I have like what, 2 romances so far? Yes, I do. And I think a third one's not gonna hurt me. So let's read the first line of Flirting Lessons. This is a signed copy too from when I got it from Black Romance Book Fest last year. So let's read the first sentence. Taylor Cameron was hot. That's the first sentence. I think I'm going to read the blurbs in the back. A captivating and sizzling new queer romance by New York Times bestselling author Jasmine Guillory. Avery Jensen is almost 30, fresh off a breakup, and tired of always being so uptight and well behaved. Okay, I like this. I like this. She wants to get a hobby, date around, especially women, flirt with everyone she sees, wear something not the business casual section from her closet, all the fun, normal people stuff do in their 20s. One problem, Avery doesn't know where to start. She doesn't have a lot of dating experience with men or women, and despite being self assured at work, she doesn't have a ton of confidence when it comes to romance. Enter Taylor Cameron. Now, okay, now the first sentence is starting to make sense. Napa Valley's biggest flirt, champion heartbreaker. Taylor just broke up with her most recent girlfriend and her best friend. Bet her that she couldn't make it to Labor Day without sleeping with someone? Okay, so Taylor offers to give Avery flirting lessons. It should keep her busy and stop her from texting people she shouldn't, and this might take her mind off of how inadequate she feels compared to her friends, who all seem much more settled and adult than Taylor. At first, Avery is stiff and nervous, but Taylor is patient and encouraging, and soon Avery is looking forward to their weekly sessions. With Taylor's help, Hey, Avery finally has the life she always wanted. The only issue now is that she wants Taylor too. Their attraction becomes impossible to ignore despite they're both insisting to themselves and everyone that it isn't that serious. When Taylor is forced to confront her feelings for Avery, she doesn't know what to do, and most important, if she's already ruined the best thing she's ever had. Now, I'm definitely going to add this, making this book 11. That first sentence makes a lot of sense after reading the back, and I'm definitely understanding why this book is called Flirting Lessons. So we have about 9 more books to choose before I show y'all my stack. So we're gonna continue to look around. So I definitely need to choose something that's more of like that fall vibe, getting ready, because this is gonna last me. These 20 books are definitely gonna last me until about like the end of the year. So I think we're gonna do wishful thinking, and I have a book box for this, and I'm very excited. So I think we're gonna add this. This makes book 12. Let's see. I think I'm going to read the first sentence of False Witness by Karen Slaughter and see um, what we would like to do. This chapter starts off and it says Summer 1998. From the kitchen, Kelly heard Trevor tapping his finger on the aquarium. Let's read the back. An ordinary life. Leah Collar has worked hard to build a normal life. She's an up and coming defense lawyer at a prestigious law firm in Atlanta who would do anything for her 16-year-old daughter, Maddie. But Leah's ordinary life is masked by a dark childhood, one tarnished by secrets, broken by betrayal, and ultimately destroyed by a brutal act of violence. One of the firm's partners informs Leah that she must defend a man accused of rape. Whoa. Whoa. Though wary of the case, she does not have much of a choice if she wants to keep her job. When she meets the accused face to face, she realizes that it's no coincidence that he specifically asked for her to represent him. He knows her, and he knows what happened all those years ago. Suddenly, Leah has a lot more to lose than this case. The only person who can help is her estranged sister, Kelly, the last person Leah wants to drag into this. But with the life shattering truth in danger of being revealed, she has no choice. Let me tell you something about this lady, okay? This lady right here, she can write her little self down. My husband has been reading her Will Trent series, and it's been a ride. So I definitely think that if I want something that's like true crime, something specifically for the fall into like that October spooky season for me, I definitely think I need to add this to the list. So this is 13. We have about 7 more books to choose. All right. So I chose 3 more books while I was down there. The book, obviously, at the bottom is Project Hail Mary. Yeah, I didn't get the chance to read the book before the movie came out, and I have not watched the movie. So I definitely want to do that. This was also given to me by a friend, so I need to give him his book back. So we're definitely going to read this. Close Up by Kennedy Ryan. Definitely need to read. And All I've Wanted and All I Needed by A.E. Valdez. This will be my first book by this author. So we're going to add these to the list. This is 14, 15, 16. We have 4 more books to choose. And I'm going to be set for the rest of the year because I think if I knock down these, this will bring me at about 100 books left to read on my shelf. I think I'm about to crack the code on this. I need some small, nice, like novellas to read. So I'm going to choose 4 novellas. I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. I actually have a little more than 4 books in my hand, and that's okay. I have 2 for a bonus. So our original 4, yes, our original 4 are going to be romances. Because I really do have a large, like, eclectic taste of genres, so I don't mind like the last 4 I'm choosing to be romances, and they're pretty small. I actually don't know if one of these is a romance. I will find out when I get to her. So the first book we have is One Night Stand, and this one is a sports romance. We're definitely going to read this one. So we have a short story. It is by Ari Days, and this is Group Trip, so we're definitely going to add her. Um, then I have a 2 book series. This is by Kiera Cache, and I have read a couple of her books already, so this is going to give me that like ooey gooey real deal romance that feels very realistic. So I'm definitely going to read this. This is the Indigo Fall series. We're going to definitely read this. So that makes up my 20, and then here's my bonus. These are my bonus, and these are by LB Gaines. It is the Crestwood Chronicles, book 1 and 2. So we are definitely going to get into this. I remember asking her when I was at Black Romance Book Fest, like, hey, what do you recommend? And she said these. So we're going to get into this, and we have a little special project with her as well. So for sure, I will be adding this to the list, but it will not be part of my 20. It's just my side quest. So this is my 20 before the end. They usually do 10 before the end, but this is my 20 before the end. And it's physical copies books, only things that are on my bookshelf. So this is it. And I hope to see y'all in the next video. Please, we have to hold each other accountable for our physical copies that are unread on our shelves. This is me doing my part. Let me know what is on your shelf that you need to read, and let's read it together. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.